Yaya ne aka uka don bata garin nan kuma duniya duka ya lalace. Mun gaji da wahala. Freedom.
We don't dey too suffer, we no go gree again. For the money powers, they no go rule again. God save Nigeria, then don't they come again. Mental slavery motion, we no go gree again. I beg packages Naija, Baba we good result. Nigeria people good now, then they push us to the world. Security Oyo, hospitality Oyo.
Wallahi ka kwani musu gaskiya.
Mama Africa, no food to eat again. Papa Nigeria, your kids are running away. Wale Adenuga, the story super. Natural resources is for everybody. Bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. Bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. For security, electricity, for humanity, technology, bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. I say bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. Hospitality, for humanity, opportunity, stability, suffering and smiling made a slavery what to do. Make people know that nine may boys they do yahoo. Sound education these people no fit produce. Beautiful garden animals turn them to zoo. Now democracy we are not lazy I've been waiting for Captain Idocom. We are not stupid All these things where then they produce. Generator them non they use. Even like where we know they get things. At the end we go pay the light bill. Bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. Bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. For security, electricity, for humanity, technology, bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. I say bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. Hospitality, for humanity, opportunity, bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. Bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. For security, electricity, for humanity, technology, bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. I say bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. Hospitality, for humanity, opportunity,
Kullalashe garin. Yaya ne aka. Ba aiki kirki. Yaranmu ba su da su kirki. Ba wuta.
Yeah, Nigeria stand up and don't tell the world, baby. See if we talk, we go die. If we don't talk, we go die. How many of us want fear?
Alright, thank you. Welcome everybody. My name is Shegun Olo and this is Objective, whichever way you like to pronounce it. This is Objective Media. And I want to commence the show tonight by appreciating the following persons who decided to be part of support for comrades who are in the struggle, doing what they have to do, and to also support this channel. So you're all appreciated. The following names, I'm going to read them out, but before then I want to quickly tell you that the person who opened the show tonight is ex-Baba Louis. Thank you so much for that beautiful music, and I'm going to be playing more music like that on this show. So let me quickly appreciate the following persons: Ifabi Ifemi Olushola, Kelly Omokaro, Ajaguno Adedotun Yemi, Oyedele Adenike Deborah Mrs. Providus. I still do not know exactly what this name means, whether it's the name of a business or something, but I keep seeing somebody trying to send something but not putting their name, so the only thing I can see in the reference is Providus. Amao Teddy Adeyinka, Providus again, Benny Joel, Udofia he don't get it. Egbebi Abraham Atonda, Adeoye Mutiu, Ifabi Ifemi Olushola. So I appreciate all of you people. I mean, these are the people between yesterday and this time sent little widow smile to say we want to appreciate what you're doing, and then please keep it up, don't stop, don't derail. We know it's not easy, it's expensive for you to do what you're doing, but then we don't want you to derail. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you. There are also some other persons who do not want me to mention their names on the show because they love privacy. All right, I appreciate all of you. You know yourselves who say, oh please, I just want to send my own little video smile, don't mention my name, don't bother, I just love what you're doing. Thank you, all of you. I appreciate you. Your little support donations are, at least they are useful, they are helping. You know, here and there, somebody wants this, somebody wants that, we need to move from here to there, we need data, we need this, we need that. It is helping. All right, so thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you. So let's get down to business, shall we? So we're talking about Omoyele Sowore tonight. This guy is a phenomenon, and I promised people on the show yesterday that I am going to show you what did I promise I was going to do? Okay, I said I was going to show you something about Omoyele Sowore doing a lot of things, but does not like to be, he doesn't like most of the humanitarian gestures he demonstrates. He doesn't want them mentioned, he doesn't want them hyped, he doesn't want them publicized, so that it does not look like he's doing them for any personal reason. So I mentioned last night on my show that Sowore had been running a scholarship support organization in Ondo State since 2005. You can imagine Sowore did not have money as much in 2005, but he was interested in, maybe I should also remind you people that I also said that Sowore once gave me money to go and write JAMB, and he was impressed with me, like, you mean you made it to Unilag? He gave me the money for my first year at school. He never wanted anybody to mention whatever he was doing in the humanitarian aspect of life. So I doffed my hat. So I did a coverage of him in 2018, doing his usual thing every year in Ondo State. You know, he would sneak in, he would do his stuff, gather village people, look for people who have admission who need money, or people who want to write JAMB and all of that. He would give them money. It started with 5 people. The following year, he increased to 10. By 2015, I think they were about 20 or 30 something by then. 2018, I mean, last year. Before, he was not even talking about election at the time. They increased them to 35. And he kept repeating to these people that, please go make us proud. I'm using my personal money. I'm not in government. I'm not stealing money. I'm just using my own personal money to make sure that people go to school. So when I finished the coverage, he said, Shegun, please, I don't want this on social media. He pleaded that I should not upload this on social media, that it's just something he's doing on his own. Because, and I asked him why. He said because he would not have been able to go to school if not for free education by Obafemi Awolowo, and as a result, he wants to also give back to people who just require that little push to move on with life. So he didn't want this publicized, but I was, you know, as I told you, I'm also a stubborn person. I decided to, regardless of, even he didn't want it to be publicized, that's your problem. Me, I feel like this is a good gesture, I will upload it. I uploaded it. We did not even know that a day like this would come when I would have to mention that Sowore is a humanitarian person, is a philanthropist. Not many people know. Some people will be like, oh, we help. Who did he do it to? He doesn't want to mention most of the things he is into, that he's supporting people, helping people to get to go and study abroad. He's into many things. There are some names I don't want to mention that are abroad today studying, and they were through Sowore, but he does not like to mention their names so that it doesn't look like he's trying to stigmatize them or bring them down because he helped them. He doesn't like it, but they know themselves. I'm sure that one of these days too, just like the way I'm also stepping out to say, no, Sowore is a philanthropist, some of them too someday will also step out to say, no, we know Sowore for being who he is. Now, let us just have a little of the entertainment. I'll call it. They call it scholarship program. It usually holds at night into the next morning, when you will present scholarship support to people. But I prefer to call it talent hunts plus entertainment, talent hunts entertainment plus scholarship support program, because there was a lot of talent discovery also in the program at the same time while it was giving scholarship support to students, indigent students in Ondo State. So let's have a look.
Sundown, anything they speak against you, back to sender. Nobody wants to know. If you get money, people want to know. If you don't get nobody wants to know. Every day and night I play Papa's got to me to win. Nobody can doubt me, I know say I will make
the presentation of scholarship award for indigent students. I have the singular honor and the greatest privilege to invite to the podium the sponsor of Sowore Scholarship Foundation, the president of Omoyele Sowore, aka Kuluma. Thank you. Since 2005, we have been giving scholarship to indigent students on this spot, and we have been consistent, and we have been increasing annually. And today we have the singular honor and privilege to announce that another round of 35 students will be benefiting for the 2018 scholarship award. Awesome.
All right. I'm not interested in showing faces of the beneficiaries. You understand now? Okay. I'm not also interested in showing too much. All right, because Sowore himself does not really appreciate us doing some of these things I'm doing here. I'm just doing them because, there was a time he called me and said, Shegun, stop responding to all these people that are criticizing me. Leave them. He said, Shegun, leave them. Let them do whatever they want to do. It's fine. We need criticism as part of this movement. But I'm like, yes, why are these criticisms good? There are some things that we know that they exist for fact. And people like me will not fold our hands and not at least educate people as per what is on ground. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the phenomenon that Sowore is. The phenomenon that Sowore is. So when I see some people ignorantly make some comments on social media, sometimes I remember the words of Sowore that will say, leave them. Other times I'll be like, no, I should have my way. I should help this brain to reset. But it's also not their fault. It is ignorance. It's what they do not know. Sowore has never stolen money. He's never been in government. He's never taken contract. He's never taken appointment. And in his own way, if everybody that has passed through Sowore wants to wants to be sincere and speak out, this man is not just an enigma, is a phenomenon. And this is not the kind of person that should be going through this kind of thing and people will still be abusing him. So if you do not know Sowore, I forgive your ignorance, but please be careful what you say about this man. Not many people who even have privilege or opportunity or the platform, or even there are some people that are 10 times richer than Sowore. They are not doing half what this man is doing. It's not just giving scholarship support to people. He's not just doing that. He's also fighting to say, no, there are more poor people that we should liberate. And that is exactly one of the things that prompted the protest he wanted to lead. Sowore is just like that. He's just like that. What a man. What a man. Anyways, that's just to kickstart the program. Let us get into other matters now. Let me have this short time out. I'll be right back and then we discuss more matters, more issues.
Hey, I have just one question for the Federal Republic of Nigeria and to the DSS. I want to know why the people are being oppressed and depressed for their right. I want to know. Where do you want to Sowore? 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 Hey, Mr. President, what about the masses? What about the love I thought to eat for the masses where I got it wrong? What about the promises? What about the lies? Many people dying. What about the pain? Many things on my mind when I get to say. What about the things you're eating? What about the hope? I know you lost it all. What about the plans? I know you fear no more. We miss you. Yeah. We pray to God to bring you. Sure. Imagine your koda sholuwaduro. What is so you read, Mr. President? I can't take this no more. I know feel free no more, Mr. President. Say what you wanna say, do what you wanna do. Hey, Mr. President. What about the lies? What about the hope? What about the people dying? What about the pain? Mr. President. What about the loss? What about the pledges? And what about the promises? And what about the hopes? They all gone in vain. Imagine your koda sholuwaduro. What you saw you read, Mr. President. I can't take this no more. I know I feel free no more, Mr. President. Free show.
Yeah, no, Shagun, say, I mean, this country has been fair enough to me. I mean, I didn't know I would live up to this time. And I mean, we've been doing this since. Don't forget, I've been doing this since I was still, president. Way back at University of Lagos. I didn't know I would live up to this time. And I mean, the country has been fair enough, but so many people out there who died as a result of, bad roads. People are dying as a result of, herdsmen killing people. People are dying because they can't even afford to eat. Can you imagine that? So, I mean, if some of us are here, we are still living up to this time. I mean, this country is so terrible that it's been fair enough that it still spared some of us up to this time. Can you imagine the time I was fighting cultism, bad administration, military since University of Lagos days? I didn't know I would live up to this time, you know. So don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Let's just do what we have to do, you know. Those were the words of Omoyele Sowore to me when I told him, Baba, calm down. Please. We love you. We want to see you around more of the time. And he'll be like, no. See, there are people that are dying and it's not worth, having people die every day because the rest of us cannot speak up for them. That is the person Sowore is. Most times I'll talk to him and I'll be so emotional, I'll be so deep. And he'll be like, Shegun, don't worry. If good people do not act, bad people will continue to be celebrated. That is Sowore for you. Omoyele Sowore. For how long are we going to continue to have presidents? We will continue to have phenomena like Sowore who we cannot have as presidents. Excuse me, for how long would we continue to have people and we will now begin to refer to them as the president we never had? For how long now? These are the personalities that should be making a country. Sowore has energy, vibrancy, vision, capacity, competence, intelligence, everything you can count that embodies somebody that can carry a country from 1984 to 2020 ahead of 2020. I don't know if somebody understands me. We are in 2019, but Sowore is capable of taking Nigeria from 1984 that it presently is in, maybe Nigeria is even back to 1979. Sowore is somebody I know capable of taking Nigeria from 1979 and fast forward to the future 2020 within short time. When some people will say, the time I have is never enough, I want second time, Sowore will tell you, what's there to do? You just need to close corruption gap. So that's why most times it will look like Sowore is the EFCC of Nigeria. He will be the one trying them. He will be the one, he will be the one making the country, the will of the country to move or to roll forward. It is Sowore. Sowore does not wait for EFCC. Sowore himself is EFCC times 10. Sowore believes that even if Nigeria adds nothing to his resources as we speak right now, even though he has so many ideas of how to generate additional income for Nigeria to employ its people and stop or block brain drain, Sowore believes that even the monolithic economy we practice currently is still sufficient if we block the holes of corruption. And that is why most times he will always look like he's fighting everybody. As long as you are corrupt, Sowore does not want to remember that you're friends. He wants to, because he believes that the millions or billions of naira that you are channeling or stealing and laundering or taking to UK or taking to Dubai to go and snap selfie, he believes that money is enough to build lives and destinies and futures for almost more than half, or even not, if not the entire population of the country. So when he said he will pay workers 100,000 naira minimum wage, I never doubted him. He knew exactly what he was talking about, and he did the calculation and gave us and said, see, this is the only amount we need to pay. How many workers are there in Nigeria? How many civil servants are there? He did the calculation and said, this is the total number. If you pay them 100,000 minimum wage, this is a figure. How do we get the figure? Currently, we are paying so amount. If we block the amount going to these individuals that we are tracing figures to, if we block it and put it back into paying civil servants, there will be no shortfall. We will even still have excess. That is Sowore for you. Sowore was offered blank check to come and become minister or anything. He rejected it. He said, all I'm interested in is make life easy for everybody. Let every individual, let all citizens of Nigeria have access to quality education. Let them have access to quality health centers and treatment. Let them have access to infrastructure. That's all I need. That is all I want. I don't want to be minister. It's not about me. That is Sowore for you. That is Sowore does not play politics like, oh, we have to appease these gods or we have to do this or that. He does not want. Most of the things you saw Sowore doing during the campaign were not, it was just trying to understand people. Oh, let us go and greet traditional rulers. Sowore never wanted it, because if you listen to him, he would tell you that the traditional rulers were the ones who botched the dream that Abiola should become president even after winning the election. Yes, Sowore knows the history. You know, he was with MKO. It will tell you that, see, these traditional rulers that you people are thinking we should go and meet and get their blessings, they are the ones who failed Abiola, because Abiola relied on them as the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò to have voice for his mandate, but they failed him. They were the ones who sold Abiola out to the military. So Sowore never believes as much. So it took many young people compelling him, convincing him, prevailing on him to say no. But these are not the same people who were there then now. These are a new set of people together in the royal palaces. So let us at least go and hear from them. That was why he managed to be going out to go and say, okay, let's go and see and talk to these royal people that you want to see. So you would see that he was not too comfortable trying to prostrate for them, because he knows them. Sowore knows them. He was not too willing. Sowore is a very humble guy. If Sowore is somebody that honorably deserves respect, he gives. But if you see somebody that knows that this one a criminal now, he go hard them. He go hard them. That is the way Sowore is. And I'm not saying all of these things to make enemies for him. No. I'm not saying all of this. I'm just telling you the way it is. There's something he taught me. He taught me to always speak the truth, because according to him, you never know the last one you will say. You never know which one will be the last you would say. So always say the truth. Another reason you have to always say the truth is so that you don't have to remember what lie you told last. So that you know, when you tell different lies, you have to remember all the lies when you are creating new ones, so that you don't contradict the previous lie. So you will say truth is consistent. Truth is just one. So always say the truth, so that whatever happens, I mean, it's the same thing you keep repeating. So I just have to say it. I'm not going to say everything here, but I'm just trying to describe the phenomenon that Sowore is. Let's have this short time out again, and I'll be right back. Okay, have I already appreciated Professor Niyi Oshundari? Professor Niyi Oshundari today added his own voice to say Sowore is the wrong prisoner Nigeria wants to keep. Sowore is not that kind of person you want to keep and call a Alright, so let's do this again.
Yaya ne aka uka don bata garin na kuma duniya duka ya lalace. Mun gaji da wahala. Freedom.
We don't dey too suffer, we no go gree again. For the money powers, they no go rule again. God save Nigeria, then don't they come again. Mental slavery motion, we no go gree again. I beg packages Naija, Baba we good result. Nigeria people good now, then they push us to the world. Security, oh your hospitality, oh your.
Wallahi ka fadi musu gaskiya.
Mama Africa, no food to eat again. Papa Nigeria, your kids are running away. Wale Adenuga, the story super. Natural resources is for everybody. population these people no fit produce. Beautiful garden animals turn them to zoo. Now democracy, oh, we are not lazy, oh. I've been waiting for Captain Idocom. We are not stupid, oh. All these things where then they produce. Generator they know they use. Even like where we know they get things. At the end we go pay the light bill. Bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. Bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. For security, oh, electricity, oh, for humanity, oh, technology, oh. Bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. I say bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. Hospitality, oh, for humanity, oh, opportunity, oh. Bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. Bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. For security, oh, electricity, oh, for humanity, oh, technology, oh. Bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. I say bring him back.
Kidnapped.
He was taken right from his sleep.
Without warrant of arrest.
We understand it's in Abuja.
Kidnapping a Gestapo
Sowore
style.
does not deserve to be kept anywhere than to be wherever he wants to be.
Yes.
Sowore's fundamental human rights
Yes.
been denied by the Buhari government.
No,
We're in
Mr.
front of the United Nations.
Yes.
We are demanding that the rest of the world
The girl.
listen
Yes.
and see what's going on in Nigeria. Nigeria is under siege. The incompetent government in Nigeria
Yes.
is destroying the collective destiny of Nigerians.
That's correct.
And we are saying enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Sowore is demanding that an egalitarian society where justice and equity should prevail
Yes.
is actually the cardinal demand he's making. And he has
Good
no, there's
doctor.
no reason for anyone to lock him up.
Yes.
Sowore is a freedom fighter. Sowore is a journalist. Sowore is a political activist.
Yes.
Free Sowore.
Now.
Free Sowore.
Now.
Free Sowore.
Now.
Hey, I have just one question for the Federal Republic of Nigeria and to the DSS. I want to know why the people are being oppressed and depressed for their right. I want to know. Where do you want to Sowore? 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 Hey, Mr. President, what about the masses? What about the love? I thought you in for the masses where I got it wrong. What about the promises? What about the lies? Many people dying. What about the pain? Many things on my mind when I get to say. What about the things you're eating? What about the hope? I know you lost it all. What about the plans? I know you fear no more. Sowore, we miss you. Yeah. We pray to God to bring you. Sure, ìbàjẹ́ nìyẹn kò daṣọ lúwà dúró. What is so you read, Mr. President? I can't take this no more. I know feel free no more, Mr. President. Say what you wanna say, do what you wanna do. Hey, Mr. President. What about the lies? What about the hope? What about the people dying? What about the pain? Mr. President. What about the loss? What about the pledges? And what about the promises? And what about the hopes? They all gone in vain. Ìbàjẹ́ nìyẹn kò daṣọ lúwà dúró. What you saw you read, Mr. President. I can't take this.
Thank you so much, everybody. Let's get back to the comments. And Omoyele Sowore A very great guy, courageous and ready to do anything. That's Sowore for you. I want to quickly beseech everybody. I want to urge you. I want to beg you. I want to plead with you. Please ignore that person, so-called James. He's enjoying it as you are engaging him. Ignore him. He is not worth anything whatsoever. He's not worth it. Ignore him completely. Pretend like you don't even see him. Don't engage him. It's not necessary. It's just like it's just like, how do I describe something that you don't even see? It's just not there. All right. But I want to also understand that Sowore is going through all of this because he had it in mind that, it's one of those things that have to happen. I remember telling Sowore that this Buhari person, Shibide said when he was in power as a military head of state, he made life difficult for people through the disciplinarian whatever, and that he did not even know how to manage it. But because of Tunde Idiagbon, that they were able to manage the war against indiscipline, but that Buhari himself was not able to manage anything. But that instead he made life difficult for citizens. Sowore fought me that day. I'm revealing secrets to you. Sowore fought me seriously that day. What do you mean by that? Were you there? This is somebody that can bring discipline back to this country. This country is just, corruption has eaten deep into people's bones and marrows. That was during the time of Jonathan. Sowore fought for Jonathan to come into power after Yar'Adua had reportedly died. You remember the SNG, Save Nigeria Group. Sowore was more like the sole media wing of Save Nigeria Group of Professor Wole Soyinka, constituted of Professor Wole Soyinka, Pastor Tunde Bakare, Dr. Joe Dumaki, and a few other Nigerians. It was like their serious media wing. Jonathan came to power. Sowore expected that at least somebody who has doctorate degree would do better. But Jonathan fumbled. We all saw it. We were all here. Sowore did not fight Jonathan because he wanted money. Sowore did not fight Jonathan because he wanted anything or favor. Sowore was exposing corruption under Jonathan's administration because things were not going the way they were supposed to go. That was what Sowore was doing. Exposing that there's corruption under you. So when I told Sowore in 2015, before the election, that Baba Show, they say this man don't hold though, and the talk say doing in time as military head of state, say this guy, Sowore fought me that day. I had never seen him in that mood before. He fought me. Like, what do you mean by that? You don't say that again. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you know? This guy is the one that can bring discipline back to this country. That was Sowore for you. If he believes in something, he would sacrifice anything. And he did not take one shishi from anybody to do whatever he was doing. One shishi. Even when they gave him appointments, everything, offers, he rejected them. He said that is not the reason he was doing what he was doing. He was doing it because he wanted whoever comes to power to do well. But they never did well. And each time anybody is opposed to power begins to fumble, guess what? Sowore will be the first to start exposing that this person is not doing well. It is the same thing which he did against Jonathan for not doing well, that he is also doing against Buhari. So while we thought Jonathan was even worse, guess what? We are in for another thing. This one does not even want to hear that you can criticize at all. But when Sowore was doing it against Jonathan, and they were taking advantage of it to campaign for themselves in 2015, the thing they sweet them, they Buhari them. All right, now you don't reach their turn, make we criticize them. They can't stand criticism. So who is the biggest hypocrite? Who is the biggest hypocrite? You were enjoying Sowore's criticism on his platform when he was doing it against Jonathan, but you cannot stand it when it is your time. Remember, you are old. You have a very short time. Remember, this man has not stolen money. We know the people that should be in jail. Sowore has not stolen one kobo of Nigeria's money. Instead, he is playing the role the federal government is failing to play. He's playing it in his own little capacity. So where is the law that says if you participated in election, you can never call for protest? Sowore contested in the election because he was trying to give alternative hope to Nigerians who are despondent. The same way Gani Fahimi also tried to seek political power. The moment he saw that they were doing advocacies, but they were not making enough impact, they decided to go into politics. To say, see, if we truly want to effect these changes, we cannot just sit outside and be criticizing the inside. Let us go inside, take the power, and do what we are preaching. That was what Gani Fahimi wanted to do, but Nigerians did not vote for Gani Fahimi. Sowore now decided to say, okay, see, we have to do all of these things by ourselves. These old people with their analog ideas will not do these things. Let us go in. He decided to contest. The election came and went. They bought the vote. We saw it. They militarized it. They brought out thugs, brought out police, and brought out soldiers. They also brought out bullion vans to buy the hungry people, because they spread hunger so much that you would need 2,000 naira to survive for 4 years. Just 2,000 naira. And they bought all the votes. Sowore then decided, come, if we are waiting for every 4 years to be competing and conducting election, we will not rescue this country. We can't wait. At least protest is another avenue. Let us protest that what you promise is not happening, and that is what is supposed to be the role of the opposition party in the country. So you're supposed to protest against bad policies of the government, and as a result, that was what Sowore did as an opposition party, to say, see, you promise that you're going to do this, you promise you're going to do that, but you're not doing it. Alaye, I'm going to remove all these comments on the screen now because you people are distracting me. I say you should leave James. You should leave him. There are some people that are sponsored to be on this page, and I told you people before, leave him. Let him be wasting his time. Don't engage him. Let's not get distracted. Leave James. It's not the only one. There are many. They are sending them one by one. I know now. I know. But let's talk what we have to talk. Let us engage people that will be, people that definitely will be ministered to and will understand what the stage we are in is. So ignore James. It doesn't matter. As far as I'm concerned, people like that, I don't even see them because they are not there. Alright, there are some people whose brains, their destinies, their life, their everything have been bought. 2,000 naira. Those ones, I don't care. I don't talk about them. Let's talk about what matters to the people we can salvage, the people we can rescue. Alright. So having said that, Sowore then decided, let us begin to, engage this government. Your electoral promises you are not fulfilling. You promise to give hope to young Nigerians. You promise to give this to people. You promise, but you're not doing it. Sowore was the first to publish that the Central Bank of Nigeria was recruiting through the back door. Sowore was not applying to work at the CBN. He was not applying to work at the CBN. So, meanwhile, he was fighting for people, graduates, who were supposed to be getting employed based on their qualifications and their merits. So he was the first to expose that the Central Bank of Nigeria was recruiting children of the rich people through the back door without advertising the jobs. whereas they were busy giving trader money, 10,000 naira to the parents of the poor people in Nigeria. Sowore was so hungry that, what is this? Is this what you promise people? And the role of the opposition, therefore, was to come out and say, no, this is wrong, we are protesting it. So what is wrong in the opposition? Criticizing the policy of the ruling party and calling for a revolutionary protest against the wrong practices in government. I don't see anything wrong in that. But because they were afraid that if Sowore leads a protest, within the space of 1 week, the entire country, all the millions of people who are unemployed, who are angry, who have been despondent, who have been dejected, will join the protest. And they know the angry people are more than the people they can pay, or the people that are in their payroll. So that is why they have to hold Sowore. I'm giving you top secrets. They know if Sowore leads protest today and it continues every day, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, by the time they have 1 week, it is possible, it is true, it's not that it is possible, it is the truth, the reality, that unemployed people are more than employed people. So unemployed people will join the protest. Frustrated people are more than the people they are giving appointments to, children of the rich. So the frustrated people will join. And by the time we have 1 week of frustrated people joining the rally, we would have almost 170 million out of 180 million people in the protests. So that simply means the country is not working. If 170 million people out of 180 million people are frustrated, so that is a formula for you already to calculate that the country is not working. You don't need any other formula. And that is exactly what Sowore is working with. So they know that the country is not working. As a result, if somebody genuine calls a protest, frustrated people join. You don't even have to pay frustrated people money to come out. Do you understand it? Frustrated people will come out, and there are 170 million. The statistic already justifies itself. 170 million out of 180 million. So that means the country is only working for 10 million people. It's not working for, what am I even saying? Are they up to 10 million people that this country is working for? You see? So that is their fear. They are afraid of their own shadow. The problem they created, they are afraid of it. Let us put it to test now. Let us see who will come out. If we call a genuine natural protest, we are not paying money to anybody to come out. We are just saying, if you are frustrated or tired of this country, just come out. That's all we are calling for. Let us see how many people. That is what Sowore was trying to do, and he did. So that is exactly the situation. So ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back shortly now as we round off. But I'm not happy that you people are engaging James Ekpo. If it's a distraction, ignore distractions. Don't let him be your headache. So I removed the comments from the screen because I don't want these distractions on my screen. All right. Let's have this short time out, and I hope when we come back, we will not be talking about James or other captured captives or idiots anymore. I'll be right back shortly now, please.
Yaya ne aka uka don bata garin nan kun bar duniya duka ya lalace. Mun gaji da wahala. Freedom.
We don't dey too suffer, we no go gree again. For the money powers, they no go rule again. God save Nigeria, then don't they come again. Mental slavery motion, we no go gree again. I beg packages Naija, Baba, we good result. Nigeria people good, and then they push us to the wall. Security, Oyo, hospitality, Oyo.
Wallahi ka fadi musu gaskiya.
Oyo. Mama Africa, no food to eat again. Papa Nigeria, your kids are running away. Wale Adenuga, the story super. Natural resources is for everybody. Bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. Bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. For security, education these people no fit produce. Beautiful garden animals turn am to zoo. Na democracy oh, we are not lazy oh. I've been waiting for Captain, he don't come. We are not stupid oh. All these things wey dem dey produce, generator dem no dey use. Even like wey we know they get things, at the end we go pay the light bill. Bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. Bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. For security oh, electricity oh, for humanity oh, technology oh. Bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. I say bring him back, Omoyele Sowore.
Welcome back, people. Yeah, so I'm going to round up the show just about now, and then I hope there's no other information that I should say on the show today that I've not said yet. It's just to keep the body, soul, and spirit of people together, so and to also familiarize more people who didn't know Sowore with the person that Sowore is. So it is also to help educate more people, because the more you know, the more you will offer or explain when you're giving to people. All right, when you're telling people about the situation, you will not lack information to use. That is the person that Sowore is. Sowore is a very great, resourceful enigma, a philanthropist, a free-minded person, a detribalized Nigerian, and a phenomenon. That is Sowore. If Sowore has weaknesses, it is certainly not to destabilize the country. Sowore is the person who believes in activism, that if citizens rise revolutionarily, and Sowore's meaning of revolution does not, if you listen to Sowore every time, he's always talked about revolution. Sowore will always tell you we need a revolution. And when he says revolution, it doesn't mean we should soak people's blood. He doesn't believe in people dying. Sowore's meaning of revolution is changing things around completely. For instance, Sowore will say his media is a revolutionary media. It does not mean that it was going out to be killing people. No. It only means that it was redefining the way media works. Yes. If you saw some of the videos we uploaded, if you see particularly on this channel, one of the recent videos I uploaded with the title or with the subject, the message Sowore left for Nigerian youth before his detention. If you see it, if you listen to it well, when Edmond Obilo was asking him, can we call Sahara reporters guerrilla journalism? He said no. He said it's a revolutionary media. It's not guerrilla journalism. It's revolutionary media. And APC was benefiting from this revolutionary media before Sowore decided to now say, okay, even the APC that came in is not doing well. Let us also begin to expose the shenanigans in power. That is the only thing he was doing. He's not doing anything differently from what he has been doing. So that's the point. Alright, so that's my WhatsApp number for more people that want to reach me. I want to appreciate those of you who reached out with your little support. I won't tell you what we are using the little support to do, because as you well know, and I won't tell you next plans or whatever, except the ones that you should know. You know why? Because DSS is on this channel. Just be aware. The military is on this channel. People that are tracking me are on this channel. I hope you understand what I mean now. So keep sending your little support, your donations, your whatever. That's the WhatsApp number to reach me. No problem. Alright. So I won't tell you, oh, I need money for this particular or specific thing. They know how to go and wait and block it. So just send your little widow's mite, whatever you can afford, and then we'll continue to do what we have to do. This country has to move forward, regardless of who is in power. I'm not interested in who is in power. I was not a member of Sowore's party, even though I loved him. I didn't join his party. I'm not interested in the party. Don't forget, during the election, I covered Duro Toye, I covered Kingsley Mohalu, I covered Sowore, I covered a lot of them. on my own costs. I was only interested in looking for the truth. Oh, what is the stuff each of these persons is made of, and what can we even support and give, give backing to, before I decided to say, okay, I've checked all of them. All of them are qualified in their own ways. But at this time, what Nigeria needs, we need somebody that is this, like rugged like this. Sowore definitely has his weaknesses, and we know them. I know Sowore's weaknesses. So when people come out with allegations like, oh, party's money did not account, or Sowore did not, Sowore collected money, and I'm like, you don't know him. That is not Sowore's weakness. Sowore would never collect money, and that is why he could fight anybody. There's something called table manner in politics. When you are eating, you don't talk. Sowore can talk to anybody because he has never collected money from any of them. That's the point. So collecting money or corruption is never Sowore's weakness. You are missing it. I know Sowore's weakness, not collecting money from anybody. So even Saraki and the rest of them were looking for anything to nail Sowore. They did not find, because they collect money from anybody, and they'll be like, who be this guy? There's nobody we have called to just try to get any information about who is paying him. They happen. They happen. You won't believe that as brain dead as most of these Buhari followers are, they are now saying it is Atiku that is sponsoring Sowore's Revolution Now protest. Can you imagine? Atiku and Saraki were together in PDP. If Atiku was paying Sowore, don't you think they would have brought something out against him to say, oh, Atiku, call your boy to order? But Sowore was the first to even expose Atiku as a corrupt customs boss. And Sowore has never been apologetic about anything he wrote. Do you understand what we're saying? And then I also remember that during the 2015 election, some people said, oh, it was APC that was funding Sowore. How come if APC was funding Sowore, Sowore is now organizing protests against the same APC? Because they are not doing well when they came into power. Not because they wanted position. Nobody can ever say Sowore ever lobbied for any position or anything. Sowore has never lobbied for anything. In fact, they offered him, he rejected. They offered him, he rejected. They always offered him, he always rejected. He has never lobbied, so nobody can hold anything against him. Do you understand what we are saying? He has never accepted anything from anybody. He's always been consistent. I don't want to review some things here, because some names I don't want to dent. They tried everything, work. They'll be like, who be this guy? Who be this person? They always say that everybody has a price. No be Sowore. You can't buy him. You cannot. So if you say Sowore lost the plot, Sowore missed it this time, the question is, excuse me, what is the right thing to do, and why are you not doing it since you know the right thing to do? Oh, Sowore missed it. He called for revolution. Since you know the right thing to do, what were you waiting for? Sowore believes that everybody must be woke from their slumber, and he's trying to wake everybody up by calling for revolutionary protests. That is what he knows. So he's doing what he knows. You, where you know waiting day right, waiting at the way, you won't wait till you enter your grave. I mean, this is somebody making effort to do what he can do. Somebody is asking, when will he apologize to Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala and Jonathan? For what offense? So that I can ask him, what offense? Did they collect money from them? Joseph Paul says, if any still criticizing Sowore here, let me remove this number for now. That must be a big fool. Okay, Sowore is very rich, upright, and consistent man, steadfast in all of his ways. Let me tell you a little about Sowore's policies. Sowore believes that every comrade must have their work. I mean, your paying day job that is paying you. Otherwise, you are going to compromise. Yes, it is the same principle used by Gani Fawehinmi. Every comrade must have their day job that is paying them. Otherwise, if they bring money, you will collect. But because Sowore has his own job, he works. It doesn't depend on them to give him money. There was a day I asked Sowore, I said, they said they are bringing Ghana must go to journalists. Why are you not collecting your own? Sowore told me, he sat me down, he said, Shegun, never you collect money from any politician. And I said, why? He said, and let me say this, I want everybody to pay attention to this. Sowore said, they will never give you enough. They will give you what makes you keep coming back to them. And that way, they buy you and you are theirs. So you can no longer have your independent mind if you do that. If you collect money from a politician, he owns you from that day. But it will never give you enough. It will give you what makes you keep coming back. So why would you collect money from somebody that will never give you enough? Somebody that will give you something that makes you keep coming back to him. That way you will no longer have your independent mind. It is what he says that you say. It is what he does that you must be able to challenge anything. And the only way you can do something and the only way you can challenge things that are not right is if you don't eat with them. I learned that from Sowore. Never you collect money from any politician. They will give you something that is never enough and make you want to keep coming back to them. And if you keep coming back to them, you lose it. That is Sowore for you. So he never collected money from anybody. So what should he apologize for? For collecting money and betraying? Because I don't understand. He never collected money from any politician. He was just doing what his conscience told him was right. So if you are angry that Sowore is criticizing Buhari, the question is, are the things he is saying not true? Are they not true? Or if you say because he criticized Jonathan, are the things he said about Jonathan not true? Were they not true? Let us know. So if somebody says Sowore should go and apologize to Jonathan for what? Gone. For is it for collecting money from them and not doing what they asked him to do? I want to understand. What did he do wrongly? He was doing what conscience told him was right. Jonathan opened the floodgate for corruption. Look at how much Desiani alone stole. Alone. If you want to pay Nigerian workers 100,000 naira minimum wage, the amount of money Desiani alone stole and laundered. Excuse me now. So what should Sowore apologize for? He was doing what is right consistently for over 30 years. So what are you talking about? You should be the one that should examine yourself. What should he apologize for? So let us all always get information and facts correctly. Let's start removing sentiment from what we say, what we see. Let us start talking factually the way it is. So if you say Sowore should apologize to Jonathan, you might as well go and apologize to Obasanjo for stopping his third-term ambition. You might as well go and apologize to Abacha. You might as well go and apologize to Babangida. Because Sowore also led protests against all of these people as a student union leader. So you should as well go and kneel down at the grave of all those dead military leaders and apologize to them. Or go to Mina, go and apologize to Babangida for leading protests against him then. Do you understand what we're saying? So I'm doing all of these things so that everybody can have enough information to work with when people are asking you silly questions or making silly comments. Alright, so thank you so much everybody. I'm going to leave it right here. We need support, and that's the WhatsApp number to reach out to. I appreciate you people. I want to say one love, big family. Let's keep spirits alive. Let us keep hopes alive. Anybody that says they want to get Sowore out of the way or get our hopes out of the way or wants to dim the hope of Nigerians again, God will just cut their life. Bam, like that. It's the best prayer. It's true, because the people that are holding this country to ransom, if God removes them out of the way, what do you think will happen? The country will progress. We need this country to move forward. Imagine Buhari told us he wanted to, the first term was just like that, but at this time he wants to make the country better. We now waited 5 months after election, 2 months after swearing in. He said he was shopping for the best people. We saw the list eventually. See what he came up with. Did you see it? So it took you time to go and shop for Aregbeshola. Yeah. It took you time to go and shop for all this Lai Mohammed. It took you time to shop for the same people we already knew can never offer anything. Is that what we are talking about? So somebody is now leading protests against the shenanigans of government, and you are saying they should hold him in jail. If you escape it, you have children. I won't say more than that. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm gonna see you guys hopefully tomorrow if they have not picked me up, and then I'll try to be careful. But you know now, no matter how careful you are, because it's like, but I'm hoping that God is with me. I believe God is with me. God pass all of these idiots. God pass all of these problematic people in government. God pass all of these oppressors. Yes, except they are not breathing the air. They will never succeed spoiling this country for the future of all innocent Nigerians. I thank you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless.
Vitality, for humanity, opportunity, bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. Bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. For security, electricity, for humanity, technology, bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. I say bring him back, Omoyele Sowore. Hospitality, for humanity, opportunity,
Hey, I have just one question for the Federal Republic of Nigeria and to the DSS. I want to know why the people are being oppressed and depressed for their right. I want to know. Where do you want to Sowore? 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 Hey, Mr. President, what about the masses? What about the love? I thought you in for the masses where I got you wrong. What about the promises? What about the lies? Many people dying. What about the pain? Many things on my mind when I get to say. What about the things you're eating? What about the hope? I know you lost it all. What about the plans? I know you fear no more. We miss you. Yeah. We pray to God to bring you. Sure. Ibajaniya koda sholuwa duro. What is so you read, Mr. President? I can't take this no more. I know feel free no more, Mr. President. Say what you wanna say, do what you wanna do. Hey, Mr. President. What about the lies? What about the hope? What about the people dying? What about the pain? Mr. President. What about the loss? What about the pledges? And what about the promises? And what about the hopes? They all gone in vain. Ibajaniya koda sholuwa duro. What you saw you read, Mr. President. I can't take this no more. I know I feel free no more, Mr. President, oh.